This video will take you through all of the steps of publishing your child's book on Amazon. So you're going to want to go to KDP, Amazon, Kindle Direct Publishing, and either sign in or join. So if you have an Amazon account like most people, you can just click sign in. But if you want to have a separate publishing account, click join KDP. Once you join, this is the page that you're going to get to, and you're going to click create new title or series. Okay, so we are going to create a paperback. Now later you can feel free to put the book on Kindle. You can do a hardcover. Your child can even create a series, but let's start with just doing the paperback. Okay, choose the primary language, English for most of us. And put the book title. Make sure your book title matches the title that's on your child's book, because that may cause an error down the line. I'm just calling it Superbook, okay? Add to series, that will come later. Even if your child is writing their first book and it's going to be a series, you can do this part later. We don't have an edition number, author's name, put your child's first name and last name. Then we'll go down here for the description. So you know when you go to purchase a book on Amazon and there's a description of the book, that's what you want to put here. So if you're taking my class, I have created a description for each child's book, so you can copy and paste that. Otherwise, you can just write your own description. This book is about a superhero who is really cool. Okay. The description also allows people to find the book on Amazon. So right now we're just kind of self-publishing for the kids, so it's not super important, but also you can edit it later. You own the copyright in the United States. As soon as you create something, you automatically own the copyright. You don't have to actually go and get a copyright for the book or the words or anything like that. However, it is something that you can do if you actually want to go and get a specific copyright for the images and stuff like that. We click no, and then the reading age is optional, but I think it's helpful. So for a children's book, I would put ages 3 for a picture book, 3 to 8 or 9, or 3 to 10. Okay. And the primary marketplace, choose your primary marketplace. If you're in the US, Amazon.com, the UK, Canada, and so on. This is important just because it tells you how much your book is going to cost. So make sure you're clicking the right primary marketplace. Categories, we are going to do a children's book. And then if you want, you can just leave it like that, save it as a children's book. However, you can give it a subcategory. So if your child's book is about animals, you can go ahead and add that. And you can even click placement if you'd like. If you want to add another category, click add category. Still children's books, and let's say the subcategory, maybe it's humor, maybe it's a funny book, maybe it's a comic or graphic novel. You could click here. Maybe it's like a retelling of a fairy tale or folk tale. You can click there. Subcategory, United States, I don't know about all that, but you can click these things here. Maybe it's an Asian fairy tale. Okay, so you can add up to 3 categories and then click save. We are not clicking this. It's not a low content book, and it's not a large print book either. Even though our kids may have written very large, we don't need to click that. Keywords help people find your child's book. So if the book is about superheroes, I would do superhero book for kids. Or you can just click superhero books. Whatever you want, whatever keywords you want, you can choose up to 7. Your publication date and release date are going to be the same, so click there. And the release date, release my book for sale now. Don't worry, it's not going to release like at this moment. It's going to release when this process is finished. So if you just want to do that for today, you can click Save Draft or click Save and Continue. Either way, your progress is now going to be saved. Yay! And we're on to part 2. So you need to assign an ISBN. So go ahead and click Assign ISBN. And if you just press OK. If you are going to do a hardback version, that will require its own ISBN. Okay, so for each type of book, you'll get a new ISBN. So just copy this and send it to me. And so if you just happen to see another version of this where, we were doing a hardback or something like that, and you sent me that ISBN, make sure you're sending me the right ISBN. Okay. Also, print options. So we are going to be doing premium color interior with white paper. As you can see here, the minimum page count for this is 24 pages. Standard color interior is cheaper. However, the page count range needs to be 72 pages, which we do not have. This is the best for something that children are making. The trim size, this is the height and width of the book. And so we are going with a 7 by 10. This is a slightly smaller picture book, but I just wanted to pause here and say your trim size might be different. So if I send you a specific email saying your trim size is 8.5 by 11 or 8 by 8 or something like that, just choose the appropriate trim size if I reach out to you. And that's just because it depends on the way the children drew their images. And we are going to click bleed. Okay, we're going all the way to the end of the page here because your child has illustrations that covers the entire page. Okay. And the paperback cover finish, we'll choose glossy. It's just a little bit shinier. If you get it and you don't like it, you can also order another proof where it's matte. But for those bright colors, children using markers, color pencils, crayons, and things like that, click glossy. Okay, now it's time to upload the manuscript. So that's what I'm going to do. My manuscript is here. I'll use Chimdies as an example. It's a PDF, and we're crossing our fingers that this is going to work. So in order for this to work, the trim size has to be exactly right, and there can be no weird things in the PDF. I'm not going to go into it in this video, but if you made any mistakes, it's going to come up as an error. So we just saw that the save was successful. That's good. There should be something popping up soon here that's green and it says, good job, everything is okay. If you run into a problem right here, that's when you want to stop, message me and say, hey, this is an error. Screenshot this and tell me what error it says. It may not say a specific error actually, but yay, we got the green. If you click here to review the manuscript file checklist, that will tell you like all the different mistakes that could happen when you're doing this. But yay, we don't have any mistakes. So now we're going to upload the book cover. So we're going to click upload a cover you already have. Okay. Upload your cover file. And I have the cover right here. And same thing, we want a nice green that says, yay, the cover is good to go. Yes, save successful. Our cover does not have a barcode right now, so we're going to leave this unchecked and they're going to add a barcode for us. AI generated content. I'll go through this really quickly, although the younger kids class, of course, did not use any AI tools. If your child used any digital AI tools in creating their cover or the pictures inside of their books, you have to click yes, and you have to tell them exactly what AI tools the child used. And the reason you need to do that is because if you don't, and later on it's found that the content in any way is AI generated, your account privileges could be suspended. You don't want to do that. If it has AI generated content, just click yes. Now that is different from AI assisted content. So for example, some of the images may have been like blurry and I used an AI tool to make the images more sharp. That is called AI assisted, and you do not need to click and say that you used an AI tool to like edit pictures, or you used AI tools to like edit the text to make sure that they had their commas in the right place, okay? So that's that. For most of us, again, no. Let's launch the book previewer. This takes a couple of minutes, but once it pops up, we're going to see exactly what the book is going to look like. So this PDF, I actually don't have the copyright page and a few other pages that I want to upload in it. However, we'll wait and we'll see what it looks like. So again, this takes a few minutes, no more than 5 minutes though. So if you feel like it's just stuck, you can also always press cancel and then click again, launch book previewer. There are a few reasons why it gets stuck. Sometimes a lot of people are using it. Sometimes this is a really picture heavy file, so that may take a while. Here we are in the print viewer. That took a few minutes. But as you can see, there are no errors over here, so that means our book is good to go. They run a quality check. Now, if you see any error, don't worry, I can fix it. Just screenshot this so I know exactly what's happening. Screenshot the entire page. Now, as you see down here, our author's name is kind of running into the bottom. I do not like that, and so that is why I told the kids avoid putting any important information on the edges, especially of your front cover. However, that is something that can be edited. See, the red line is like them telling you this might get cut off, but actually it won't. The trim where they're actually cutting the book is this black line around here. So generally, as long as it's above the black line, you're good to go. If you see anything in your child's book that's below the black line, take a screenshot, let me know, because I'll just edit it a bit, okay? And now we're seeing the rest of the book. And as you see, there are words and there are pictures in this child's book that are outside of that line. And that is totally okay because we checked bleed. And so what bleed means is that this will not be cut off, okay? So you'll be good to go. And just in case something might be cut off, actually, Amazon runs a final check and they will let you know if your book is good to go. And we are going to order a proof copy as well. So there are several ways that we can check to make sure everything is okay. So just click through. I don't see anything like too bad overlapping over here. So we are good to go. And then you're going to click approve if everything looks good. Everything looks good here. Again, it's okay that this is here. I might make this smaller. Okay, looking good. Looking good. And then you might see some random pages at the end of the book. It's not going to look like this. I will probably have to put maybe some cool stuff at the end, like maybe where your child can write, just because we have to meet a certain page requirement. Okay, so once you're finished, you click approve. If something is wrong, just click exit print viewer. I'm going to approve it. And then once you click approve, they will tell you how much your book costs. So this book is really picture heavy and it's going to cost Amazon $4.84 to print. Okay, so that's the amount that any proof copy you get will be. We definitely want to request the proof. Once you click proof, you can order as many as you want. Just know though that this is going to have something on the front that says, hey, this is a proof. So order like one proof, select a marketplace, Amazon. Once you click submit proof request, they're going to email you at whatever email you have listed, and you will have up to 24 hours to buy that proof. The cost will be that amount plus shipping and taxes. So after you have your proof, if everything is good to go, we are good to publish. We're going to publish in all territories. We're going to keep this marketplace as Amazon.com for me, whatever it may be for you. If you need to change it, you'll have to reconfirm your list price and everything like that. Now, list price. Right here, the smallest amount that this book can be listed for is $9.68. And your child makes $0 if you sell it for that, okay? That is the list price. That is not the author's copy's price. So you will be able to purchase this book for the printing cost at $4.84. The list price is just what you are able to sell it for on Amazon. So if you would like to purchase a bunch of copies to sell to friends or family, you can do that after this process. And so if you sell it for $9.99, this is telling us then all of a sudden that royalty jumps to $1.15. Sell the book for $20 and the royalty jumps to $7.16. Okay, once you have decided on that, and you can always change that, you're going to click publish your paperback book. It's going to take up to 72 hours for the book to be available for purchase on Amazon, but then you are all done.